On this episode of Special Stage,
I regret a lot of stuff about that Sammy interview.
Why didn't you make the Sonic show? Has everything gone downhill since?
I can't imagine me walking around with a Sonic Central t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be honest. Like, you're the only person creating content, so you're 100%.
I don't want to say I'm Sonic Show, but I'm basically Sonic Show.
I heard what Cisco and you thought of the Sonic React series, but
Are you going to keep making videos?
let's hope no one goes back to that and uses it against you.
He's probably a good dude, but good riddance. I'm sorry.
I've been on the internet for a long time. I've had some fallings out with people.
This is a picture of Christian Whitehead. Does he not look like the guy from the British Baking? Did Sonic make you gay? Welcome to Special Stage Season 2. It's your boy, Jaden. In the entirety of the time I've been in Sonic Show, I have never, ever made content with Jamie / J Eggman. So I decided, hey, why don't I do that? And that is this, and this is that. A great friendly conversation. We got deep down into some pretty interesting topics, and you're going to listen to this starting now. That's why I feel like people on Discord interrupt each other a lot more, because there's such a delay that you start a sentence and they're expecting you to have stopped.
Yeah, but we used to record the Opinion Zone through Skype, and
Maybe that's why it was so good. Maybe that's why people liked it.
That was a downfall of Opinion Zone. We went to Discord.
You switched to Discord, everyone hated each other and they stopped hanging out and liking Sonic.
I think it was the Donnie batching that most people fell out with. But yeah, I'm going to blame Discord. That's fine.
Oh, what was that? What was that?
I've been on the internet for a long time. I've had some fallings out with people. It's understandable. Some people got a bit upset that we may have bashed Donnie a bit too much.
Well, I would imagine the only people that would get upset that you bashed Donnie too much would be Donnie.
Well, I think he blocked us. I feel like that happened. I might have imagined that.
He blocked me, for sure. I'm blocked.
I feel very weird about that guy, considering how involved he was with the Sonic show. I think it's ever since he joined TSSC. Just like, nah, man, it's not good. Tristan, yeah, but yeah, not a fan.
All right, so why did you make the Sonic show? Why did you do that? Has everything gone downhill since?
I think that's a summary from my life. I don't know why I did the Sonic show. Actually, no. The sad thing about the Sonic show is it's born out of sort of petty rivalry with another fan site, to be completely honest.
What fan site? Are they still around?
So you must know Sonic Stadium. They're like one of the biggest OG Sonic sites. Yeah, TSS. And they had
to be confused with TSSD.
Oh gosh, Ben. Two very, very different news sites. No, the TSS used to do Sega Sonic Radio, and then they did Sega Sonic TV, which was like an online web series. And I'm talking like, this is back in the day, my friend. And it was like 220 by 320 resolution video. You had to download for an FTP server. And I basically commented as a teen saying, this is shit. It's like, this is actually shit. Like, this is just not good. And then someone who was a part of the project, owner of a website called Sonic Cage Dome, which sort of collapsed and turned into a porn site.
What? Did someone like seize the URL and make it redirect? That's awesome.
Sonic Cage Dome was like the at the time I felt like there was Sonic Stadium and Sonic Cage Dome. They were like in the same league and trying to like, they got along, but they were like rivals in a way. And then eventually Sonic Cage Dome just redirected to porn. I don't know what happened.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so the guy in that guy called Ziz, I can't remember his real name. He posted a comment back in mine saying, like, boy, if you think you can do better than this, then why don't you do it rather than complain? So I was like, fair shout, I'll do it. And then the Sonic show happened. And that's why it's called the Sonic show, because I was young and had no idea what
I mean, I wouldn't imagine you put a lot of thought into the name. I'm not like, To
be fair, it worked. When Sonic show was proper popular, it worked. Because when you would search like any people would just search Sonic cartoons or like the old Sonic stuff, and they would just search Sonic Show, and then we would always be like the first results.
It's so shit how so like you can't even change the name because it's so overinflated with names. It's like, oh, well, what else would you describe this? Maybe some sort of Sonic Central? Nope.
Nope, no, it's not gonna work.
No, literally, it's just there's literally not a single other name. There's just not even an option.
Yeah, but then people go through phases. So there was, Tails Channel happened, and then there was Sonic Channel, and then Eggman Channel, and then like only obviously one of them survived. But I feel like what people are doing now makes so much more sense, because people are basically not branding themselves in such horrendous ways. They're branding themselves as individuals rather than a brand, like as in like the Sonic Channel, the Tails Channel, whatever. They're like calling like numerous like individuals out there, like Dumbsville and stuff. Like, it doesn't.
I'm thinking of making my own channel. I'm thinking, like, honestly, like, everyone hates me. Like, I'll still do Sonic videos on the Sonic Show, but maybe I'll just make a channel for non-Sonic videos. I mean, just make a Juck channel or something. Juck Baden.
The Sonic Show has been so interesting in the sense that it has the revolving door of people in its like almost 15-year history, and the people have gone on to do their own stuff. So I feel like a lot of people come in the door just because it's a channel that
I'm not leaving. I'll still make Sonic videos.
I'll
still make Sonic videos.
You don't know. Like, we have there's people who worked on the show like 10 years ago, and I don't even speak to them now. Like,
I'll at least do podcasts. At the least, I'll do Special Stage and Gen Zone. I won't. I promise I won't do my own podcast on my channel.
I love the Sonic. I love that the Sonic Show has a podcast that I'm too old to be on. That makes me feel so great. Like, that just makes me think like I've outgrown my own content. Like, I can't be on it.
That's like Bernie Burns from Rooster Teeth, except you're not a millionaire.
Exactly. I'm like the broke version of that, like begging for money outside of a shop. Yeah. We'll dance for content, like, yeah.
Soon you're gonna like move to Florida and be like outside my door begging for change. Can I have my own money back? No, it's all good. It's all the money I get. I'm so rich.
It makes me, because I know there are tubers out there who, I don't know if I should say this. I know a lot of Sonic tubers, which is a gross term anyway, but I know a lot of Sonic tubers. I was about to say, that's disgusting. Sonic tubers out there who make money, but I know for a fact, I know that, but in my opinion, the majority of those people make bad content.
I would very much agree. Also, I feel like they have to beg for money. Yeah. Like, there's some people that don't, who I super respect. Yeah. I guess I should give a shout out. I think Dumbsville makes money. I think he makes good money. LS Mark definitely makes money, and his content's great. LS Mark's awesome. He follows Sonic Show. Maybe you might shoot him a DM sometime. You know, I'm gonna cut that out. That's cringe. I'm cutting that out. Yeah, he makes money. I know Speed Supersonic makes money, even though his Christmas video didn't do so hot. Like, his videos pull really good views.
I mean, I know he's been on the show, and I had dealings with him in the past. He is just the most fascinating character. Like, what he puts out online and who he is, it just seems like polar opposites to me. It's like,
he's a good guy though. Like, he is funny, but he's like embraces it. Like, if you meme on him and you're like, bruh, he'll like take it. Like, yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy. But like, to go from plushes to, I wish he stopped doing the plushes.
Aren't funny though. Maybe his videos aren't funny.
Yeah, but no, these people who make I think the most bank, you know, not to dish on Tails channel, but like, it's just you find a template, you find a template of how to make a video, and you just stick with it, and you do not vary, and it just isn't. It doesn't. At what point does it become creative?
Yeah, like, he'll vary, but like, it's he knows. He even talked about it in the special stage that we did, which I didn't title special stage. Big fuck up on my part. He knows he has a dumb kid audience that will just click on it if he makes silly videos. So yeah. I think maybe I'm excited to see what he does if he does want to do film, because he might make something fucking badass. But God, I hope it's at least 35 grades above the plushie videos. But, like, I hope we don't get a feature-length plushie film.
But don't you feel that these people, like, they could go and actually just stop making plushie videos or reading Twitter about Sonic and making that a 10-minute video?
Do you think? Say it, Cisco. You're talking about Cisco.
Well, But do you think there's people could move away from that and be like, actually, I'm going to do something completely creative and just anything I want to do, but they're too scared to move away from what they think works?
I think almost all of them have moved away, and it failed tremendously, and they've gone back. Yeah. Like, I think we're currently seeing it with Cisco's done it. We've seen Gamer Guy do it and fail with Smash Bros. He wanted to leave Sonic. And right now we're seeing it with Premi Doremi. Yeah. He's wanting to like focus on his whole Premulous stuff. Yeah. Which is interesting to see. So I wonder if, even Cisco talked about it. It's interesting how he's like, I no longer want to be a Sonic tuber. Then like, oh my God, look at the new Sonic leak on the Premi Doremi channel. I think the Premulous stuff is just, I just think Sonic fans are psycho. They just want Sonic content. I think they're crazy psychopaths who don't want to watch anything else on YouTube that's not Sonic related at all. It has to be 100% Sonic related or it's not worth their time. And I think most creators that I've talked to don't want to make 100% Sonic content. So a lot of them get sick of it. And I don't mind, on the other hand, though. I don't mind.
The amount of comments I've seen in my time on YouTube of people just saying, what's this got to do with Sonic? And it could be a Sega video. Like, there are ties, but like they're just like, nope, it's not got a hedgehog on it. I'm not interested in it. And it's like, what do you want? Like, I don't. What do you want?
Working on a Jet Set Radio future video.
So I don't know sometimes what they want. And it's interesting because you're right. Like they are. Let's be honest, most people who watch these Sonic YouTube stuff are quite young. I think our audience skews a bit higher, a little bit,
definitely,
maybe.
Yeah. But I think it's because they've been like, we're not a new channel. Well, a lot of the people that are still around are just newer, so like they have a newer audience. But the audience is older, and anybody who I've been doing edgy content, I listened to the first special stage. That was a really long time ago. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I think that came out 2018, late 2018, August.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been fucking over a year. Like, it feels like it's only been like 4 months. So it's really weird to I think anyone who didn't want edgy content is just gone.
That's true, but it annoyed me because when you came in and you submitted your stuff and I was like, this is fucking great. We put it up and then like you've been doing more and more stuff. And even now, I still sense, like, 'cause you're the only person uploading on the channel. Let's be honest. Like, you're the only person creating content. So you're 100%.
I don't want to say I'm Sonic Show, but I'm basically Sonic Show.
At this point in time, like, especially in terms of the YouTube, like.
That being said, Danny is doing Sonic Historias. That's true. I don't know. We need to find a way to switch up that format because I feel like the formats, it doesn't pull many views, just like the Reddit video. I promise I'm not making any more of those. I feel like I liked it too, but I don't think I need to make another, like there's only one Sonic subreddit. I'm not going to look at r/rule34. So like, I think I don't need to make another. I think I said anything I need to say. But that being said, Danny's story videos, they're good. They're really good. But lore is just kind of boring. There needs to be a way to spice it up more because she's really interesting and really like creative. There's got to be a way to make that format more creative.
There are ways. It's just working out what they are. But I think it's good that Sonic Show try new things. I think there are still people. I get contact and I have even had people come up to me face to face, which is weird. Tell me that, I'm not sure about this new stuff.
Really? Face to face?
Yeah. It's like, you're the guy with the blue hair.
Who did it?
And it's like,
like fans are like, I used to like you 2015 when you did Let's Plays in Sonic React, and now you're making creative videos, and I don't like that.
But that's the thing,
and you de-aged yourself.
Exactly. You became American. What happened?
I don't like it. He sounds American now, and I don't like that.
But yeah, people say that, and they're like, and I remember all the comments being like, this stuff is too edgy, like you're trying too hard. And it's like, if people
first episode had a Holocaust joke. To be fair,
but
to be fair.
True, and let's hope no one goes back to that and uses it against you. But in the future,
well, it was funny because I was against it. I can't believe what Sonic said in the first interview.
It was disgusting.
To have Sonic, the way Sonic was acting was gross, and that's why I haven't had him on again.
Yeah, I think it's wise, to be honest. Like, I don't trust the guy.
I'm gonna cancel that fucking blue rat.
He's ruined my life. But that people
he honestly has.
Yes, to be fair. But the people who think, the Sonic Show's gone all edgy now, they don't remember what the history of the Sonic Show is. Because like right back at the beginning, we had like guys like Slingerland's Corner at the time.
I love that video.
People absolutely, that was a series of like 5 videos, and people were raging when that came out.
That was all of them. I don't love all of them. I like the first three.
They've aged. Some of them have aged in weird ways, but like
I like the first three. I think because aren't 4 and 5 not him?
But it was people rage because he was bitching about fans and moaning about that. We did a video with a guy called Skylar Sega Sky, I think his online
They're
name is.
They're so creative. He has a whiteboard in front of him. I aspire to do videos like that. They're so interesting, and they feel like early 2000s. Yeah. Like I feel like I'm in 2006. It's awesome. They're great videos.
But they go. That's what the Sonic Show always was, and Sonic Show has. I think what's actually kept Sonic Show going is you could say, oh, consistency is key. But if you look back at the history of Sonic Show, it is all over the place. Like it's always changing, and like it's always been doing stuff that isn't, in my opinion, for the most part, dull. There are some blips, but it's like at least at the time we're trying stuff, continuously trying stuff, and then shit gets boring. We move on to the next thing, and it's like so that's what's happening right now. So
definitely, well, most Sonic tubers are kind of boring, to be honest. Like I watch a handful of them sometimes. There's only a very, very limited amount where it's like, oh, they uploaded a video. I've got to watch that.
I don't know what this says, but like the only Sonic content I watch online is yours. So I'm technically the only channel I actively watch videos is the stuff on the Sonic our own channel, because like you submit new stuff and I'm like this stuff's good. I don't want to listen to someone read a news article to me. That's why we have web pages for. So that doesn't interest me as much. Like, I think
100%.
I don't like reaction videos as much anymore because I think there was a phase for that, and I heard what Cisco and you thought of the Sonic React series, but.
I mean, it's clickbait. It's clickbait.
Oh, it totally was. Like
it could have been Sonic Show Reacts, but it's Sonic Reacts.
No one would click Sonic Show Reacts. It's very intentional. But yeah, like, but people who try and do that now, like, don't. I think Let's Plays are dead. Don't do Let's Plays, guys. Like, there's no one wants to watch you play unless you're.
Maybe if there's an interesting way to do it too. Like, if there's like, I like speedruns. I want to make content that I find interesting.
Yeah.
I don't watch Let's Plays. They're not interesting. But I do like speedruns. Maybe if there was some sort of like speedrun 1v1 competition, almost like T versus T, but like with a speedrun like aspect with two runners, that could be really cool. I think you could find a format and still make interesting content.
But people don't.
Sorry, but people don't.
And that's the thing, like,
format's not interesting.
You watch Let's Plays or commentary videos for the personalities mainly. Like but I've clicked on so many Let's Play videos that's still going up from people. Some people I'm surprised are still going, and they're just like, hey guys, today I'm going to be playing Sonic Generations, and then it's literally like 2 minutes of silence, or they just play the game and they're like, oh no, it's like, dude, what is this? Yes, it's like, what is this? And then I look at it and go, wow, that's still getting more clicks than I am. So like, clearly, like, maybe
it makes me want to sell my soul. Like, it's like I could be like, wow, look, Sonic League. Yeah. Wow, this is so crazy. And you even do it because, like, you'll be like, I literally just re-upload a clip, no edits, nothing, no commentary. I feel like you should do those, but you should offer your opinion at the end. Like, after the clip plays, offer like a 30-second opinion. That'd be kind of interesting.
So back in the day, I'm making myself older than I am, but like about 5 years ago, like we would when big game trailers were coming out like fresh trailers, we would upload them, and then at the end, it could sometimes just be 30 seconds. We'd either do a mini reaction or we would have just like a funny meme type thing at the end as a reaction to the video, and you could just see the drop off as soon as that trailer was done. People did not care anymore. They just
but they still, they got their views there. It doesn't matter.
And I'm so
I feel
honest.
Like you could do like a mini opinion zone, like get like 4 people and like have like a 1 minute timer. And then like get everyone's opinion.
That would be so
like
good.
A minute, and that would be pretty interesting.
I think, but at the end of the day, I'm just fucking lazy. That's the thing.
I know. I'm just like a wealth of ideas. And Sonic Tubers, DM me. I'll give you video ideas.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and when people say like, "Oh, I'm not a super fan of the content right now," it's like, well, you'd have this content or you'd have nothing. You're not doing anything.
That's what's really interesting.
Not doing anything.
You have nothing.
It's not like you're doing stuff instead of my content. There was no content for like over a year. It was nothing. So it's like, just be grateful that there's still people doing. The Sonic YouTube community just makes me
I
sad.
think they're starting to get like, I don't even mind, because honestly I feel like as long as I make the video good, like sometimes I'll get those comments, but it's videos that I internally know aren't that good. Like, I'm going to be real with it. I'm going to be real with everyone. The hot takes video, I just didn't want to edit anymore, and I put so much time into it. It's not that good of a video. It's not great. It's an okay video.
It's a good
the Reddit
video
I liked, but like, I think people like the videos that I like. Like, I really like the Gamer Guide one. It's 30 minutes of no like bullshit. There's no slow points. I think it's fast. I get all the information. I feel like I tell a narrative, a story. I love that video. And everyone else did. There's like no negative. There's only one negative comment. I read through everyone. The only negative comment is, I still support Gamer Guide, and they didn't give a reason. They just wrote, I still do. And it's like, okay, dude, that's up to you. I don't care. I don't care, bro. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to give people my perspective. And I think I want to make more commentary style videos. I think people like those a lot more, because I like those a lot more. I think people like what I like. If I don't like a video, people aren't going to like it.
Yeah, and I think that's what people should be aspiring for. I actually think it's a good thing that I think in general YouTube as an ad revenue platform has tanked in a major way. And I feel like we could do like the Let's Play stuff that we would pump out like 5 times a week. Like 7 years ago, we would make, I'd say the Sonic show is about 6-7 years ago, could take in, by 10 years ago, let's say, would take anywhere from 500 to 800 pounds a month. And,
That's not that much.
But like for I think what we were doing,
like a couple thousand.
Yeah,
but like
thousand? you see what it's taking now. It's not. It's not that.
Well, it's a couple hundred. That's what I'm saying. So
it's
800. I feel like it'd be like.
But like, I know it's getting a bit meta, but like the videos are making money.
Obviously it's just the re-uploads and like comparison trailers. Which, if there's an interesting way to do those, I'm not against it. But I can't find an interesting way to do that.
But I think the benefit now is that I don't think like the CPM and stuff is as good as it used to be. So I don't feel like people.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Shit. But I mean that people who are doing Sonic YouTube stuff I hope in my heart aren't doing it as much for the money, because the money's not there. So I think it's hopefully driving people to just do stuff they enjoy making.
I can't say who, but I've seen private information. I've seen like other creators. They've shown me their revenue page that I'm friends with, and I'll say this. It's just us that isn't making money. Everyone's making money, dude. It's just us, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, they're making mad bank, especially like those like leaks videos. Oh my god, so much money.
Yeah, but they're getting like, I'm sure they're getting consistently like a few thousand views.
$10,000, Jamie. $10,000 a month. That's a lot.
Right. Well, you need to get.
There's 12 months. $120,000. That's fucking pretty. That's a pretty good amount.
Not gonna lie, it makes me a bit better.
Yeah, this is why I want to like grind out and make more content.
And now I'm just like, I want to find out who they are and just ask the tax office. Are they paying tax on that? No. Are they claiming that revenue?
They have to. I think they have to. I've never talked to anybody about taxes. I would imagine they are.
I know some of these people are too young to realize real money. No, it's like, but they're getting consistently better views and stuff, and it's the Sonic show.
One of the reasons too. And they make long videos. All of our videos, like look at the past uploads before the Reddit. Not a single one is 10 minutes long. Just because I hate stretching out content to 10 minutes if it's not 10 minutes long. Yeah. Like if I can make a video in 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes. I don't care to stretch it out.
Yeah.
And that's fucky. Literally the last time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's been the last 8 videos before the Reddit one. They've all been less than 5 minutes. I don't know. I guess I just have a different opinion to a lot of YouTube guys out there, but like, don't make shit content because it makes money. What legacy are you leaving behind? Fucking awful one. Definitely.
Like,
can we be honest? This is going to probably get me a lot of hate. And he's probably a great guy, but Kobe Armani's content's the same shit. It's just silly Let's Plays he gives. It's lazy reactions. Everyone's like, come back. If he comes back, he won't be any different than any other Sonic tuber doing Let's Plays. Honestly. He's probably a good dude, but good fucking riddance. I'm sorry.
It's bad, but like, apart from saying skadoosh, like, I don't know what he's known for. Like, I wouldn't say his content stands out from anyone else's.
He has a beautiful smile, and he has a nice laugh, and he laughs at Sonic stuff, and he's wholesome, charming. He's nice to have on in the background. I understand the appeal, but like, don't think it's very different from what anyone else is doing. Like,
and like we collabed with him.
Really?
Yeah, we did a collab. Tanner, my Canadian best friend, he used to do a Let's Play.
Mongo?
Tanner,
I don't know.
The guy who did all the Let's Plays on the Sonic Show.
I hate Let's Plays, Jamie. I don't watch these.
But Tanner was like bigger than was the big Sonic Show name. He was because he was doing Let's Plays when they were super popular at the time, and like everyone loved him. And he was the one who did T versus T. He's one of the T's.
Okay. I know who Tanner is. I was thinking.
He did a collab Let's Play video with Covert, and it was like. It's the most heavily edited video I think I've ever had to edit. Because
you say lame?
Because
I mean, it's fine. It's fine to be real.
Video that we did with him, like, it's heavily edited. I think it's a good video for the time it came out. I think it's perfectly good. It's good stuff. But I just felt like it was hard for Tanner to bounce off him because he didn't seem like someone brimming with energy and personality. It was really weird. It's very.
You have to be personable, definitely. Like I've had special stages with people that aren't personal. I said in the Cisco one, they got cut. Anyone who hasn't had a special stage come out, I'm sorry, it didn't work out, bro. It was cringe. Like you have to vibe. That's why every time I record with someone, I talk with them for like half an hour, sometimes an hour.
Yeah.
Me and Dubsville, the first time we talked for like 2 hours before we started recording, and it was the first time we ever spoke. Like, you have to have good chemistry, or else the audience can tell, and
Absolutely.
they won't like it. It will be like James fucking Corden doing a late night interview. It'll sound fake. It'll sound scripted. It'll be like asking questions. It won't be vibing. No conversation. Shit sucks.
And that stuff's out there, so we don't need more of it. Like, have you listened? Like, obviously, we're doing a podcast right now. Have you listened to other Sonic podcasts?
I have no opinions on this. I have no statement to make. I mean, I have, but I have no statement to make.
There is.
I don't mind some of them. I don't mind. I'll be honest. I like Dylan's clip spin. I think it's actually pretty good.
Some of it's okay, but there is some. There's my pet peeve. There's a few where like everyone has blatantly varying mic qualities.
Call them out. I don't know who they are.
And there's some ones I think are some really old ones, and there's some on websites I'm affiliated with, so I'm not going to mention it.
You can call them out. Yeah. I can say the ones I don't do. Like I even said Cisco's one. I love Cisco, and I think his is really interesting because it's so high quality and edited.
Yeah.
But I hate the game show shit, like the Defeat Donnie style game show. Fuck that. It sucks. It's awful.
I think the problem with Defeat Donnie, Defeat Donnie, the Opinion Zone was always segments. There was always bits, like every...
And I like that.
And it was always a pattern. And I think the heaviest it got is when we were doing it as a live show on Radio Sega. So it pretty much fit with the same broadcast, like live segment. We always had like the 20-minute segment on this, blah, 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 in music break, etc. And
Did you guys have a contract with them?
No.
Oh, I've talked with Radio Sega, and they said there was some kind of contract. I'm probably cutting that out anyway.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think the Defeat Donnie segment probably... You mean the gimmick was kind of obvious, like... It was always against Donnie. The only thing was, that even though the joke was obvious, the joke was never explained to anyone. So Donnie was never told, it's against you. You're never going to win.
He's not an idiot. He probably figured it out pretty quickly. Like, hey, Sammy, what color are Sonic shoes? Hey, Donnie, what's the name 3 planets away from where Sonic was born?
I think that the two I remember was the first one we ever did where the final question for Donnie to win was, I can't remember how he tied it in, but it was asking him to spell Czechoslovakia backwards. And then another one where it was like you hear an audio clip from a Sonic game and then you have to finish the quote. And when it wasn't like a special guest, it was just people would effectively ring in, like who listened to the show and would do it live on the show. And
I heard Sony said he was on.
Yeah, he's a character. But then lots of quotes. Finished the quote, and then it went to Donnie, and the quote he had to say was like, "Oh, to jump, press the..." And then basically, I had the PlayStation version and the Xbox version lined up, and whichever one he answered, I play the opposite one. So he
didn't call that out. Like I would have just said that. I would have been like, "But there's different versions." Like I've heard all the Sonic audio, especially when I did that fucking sex thing. I've heard every game Sonic audio.
I think he probably didn't feel like calling it out, and then I feel like we went
pussy.
Well, Donnie is.
I'm just kidding.
No, I think Donnie is an extremely passive aggressive person.
Shit.
And
I've never talked to him. I don't know, but he did block me before I've ever talked to him, so that was a little shady.
And I think he got a bit above his station and went on this Twitter rant once, and then I remember replying saying like, "Dude, just like deal with it, like stop being such a pussy about it." And then
Jaden is so negative.
And then we sort of start speaking, and he is actually a really nice guy. But the thing is, like, maybe the Sonic Show was too harsh on Donnie, because like the main theme tune that the Sonic Show had for a long time, done by a group called Zone Runners, one of the verses tells Donnie to shut up in it. So and that people still that still gets plays for some reason, but people quite and people the video I paid did I pay someone? I hope I paid someone. Someone animated. Please cut that out. Oh no! Someone animated.
You told me it's one of the Sonic Paradox guys, right?
I don't know. I'm so bad at memory.
It's one of the Paradox guys. I think you did.
Yeah,
or it was a favor because they love Sonic Show.
Yeah. No, I don't. No one was paid on that project. I remember that because we didn't make any money from it. But yeah, which is Sonic Show's life story. But anyway, someone was asked to animate a character.
The name of the podcast is "We Don't Make Any Money from This."
Oh, so true. But I got someone to animate someone telling like an animation of Donnie being shushed by someone. Like it's just like, and I think it's because I was just like, dude, just chill. Also, he always would record like next to a sink or something. He obviously lived in a really small flat, also apartment, and it's just bringing back a lot.
How could you hear a sink? Did he turn his sink on?
We would like start recording, and he sat on his sofa, I imagine, and then we start hearing someone doing the dishes or a dishwasher. And I'm like, what is this? Like, people who listen to the Opinion Zone, this is still online. You can hear me shouting at Donnie 100 times. And then he went off and started writing for TSSC, which is a site we've had beef with for like our whole history. So good to him. I hope he's having fun getting paid nothing to write articles about tweets.
I hope he's having fun getting dicked down by Tristan Oliver.
Well, Tristan,
can we keep that in? Can I keep that in?
You can keep that in. Like, at the end of the day, like, when we talk about Slingerland's Corner, one of the older videos, one of the very first video it was a video about Sonic Unleashed, because that's the sort of time those videos were coming out, and there's a ticker tape at the bottom. It's basically just bashing TSSE.
Really?
And there's I think in one of the videos there's a picture of Tristan in there. And
so what do you mean? Like at the bottom, like did he do the thing I did in like the Baby Sonic Foot trailer? The TSSC called Trend? Cringe? Did he do that same thing? I didn't know.
So that I just remember and like because the guy, I won't use his name because he doesn't want to be associated with us anymore, but the guy who did Slingerland's Corner, he
I mean, you can just watch the videos and see who they is.
Sure, but people have to go out the way to find that.
Can I would he be interested in doing a special stage?
I don't think
want to be associated
I don't think so, because he has
Christian Whitehead said he'd be interested. Why wouldn't he? Because he's smaller.
It's just because he worked on Sonic Mania. He's like doing big things now, and he asked me to take all that stuff offline and make it unlisted. So I did.
Honestly, I don't know what I would ask Christian Whitehead. Like, I have no questions. I would just be like, make a level editor, bro, and then that would be the end.
I have
nothing to ask.
I've met him twice, and he is a fascinating guy.
He seems cool. He's got a big old head of hair, dude.
We and a few other people, me and Dan, who was the community manager for Sega Europe, and a few others, we all met up with Christian at the day, I think it was the day before the 25th anniversary party in San Diego, where they announced Sonic Mania. Or was it the day after? I can't remember. But we met up with him, and we got sushi somewhere, I can't remember. And then we went to some really dingy bar that I was convinced, like, oh, this is where I'm going to die. But he was just full of energy, because obviously he was about to have this game announced, and he was telling us about these bosses that he'd drawn on napkins and designs and stuff. And then we met him again at the airport when we were flying back. But absolutely fascinating person. And it's a shame that Sonic Mania apparently isn't worthy of a sequel. But
we don't know. Aaron Weber made that very ambiguous tweet. We don't know.
That's true.
But look in the Discord. I'll put this in the video. This is a picture of Christian Whitehead. Does he not look like the guy from the British Baking?
He does look like... He looks like Noel Fielding from British Bake Off. Yes. I get... You get strong vibes there. That is a photo. I don't even know where you found that.
I googled Christian. I'm sorry, actually binged Christian Whitehead, and it was the third photo. The first photo, he also looks like it. It's probably a higher quality photo, but I felt like in this one, it felt like a little like early 2000s.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that's a Sonic. He is the pinnacle of a Sonic fan. Like, has his own dress sense, does not give two shits, and just, you know, he said like, you're making crap games. I'm gonna show you how to make your remake your games properly. And then he got a job, like, doing it. And then
I love his energy. I don't want to sound like I'm dissing him. I love his energy. He's awesome.
Is an amazing guy. And that whole Sonic Mania thing was a trip, especially because it was coming out around the same time as Forces. That was the weirdest contrast of two visions for a franchise at the same time.
Honestly, thank God Mania did come out before Forces, because imagine if Forces came out like and Mania didn't come out. Do you think Sonic would have a movie?
I think if Mania hadn't come out, and I actually do believe this, if Mania hadn't come out and it was just Forces, the movie would have pressed ahead. But you know, when everyone had the backlash against the Sonic CGI design, I think they would have been like, you know what, fuck you, Sonic's dead, we're going to do what we want, and we're going to stick with the design we've already made. So there you go. And I feel like,
I think that's very possible.
Yeah, I feel like, because if that was the case, I don't think Sonic doesn't carry as much weight as it used to anyway.
Is, right? Because like what's his name, Tyson Hesse did the animated ones, which everyone loved how cartoony he was for Mania. He did those originally for Mania, right? And then like, it was not directly because of the Mania game, but since Tyson Hesse worked on the movie one, that's not even a theory, that's basically like fact, that like, yeah, if you really think about it, Sonic Mania never came out. Sonic would be a fucking crepid reptile. I almost said I'm gonna cut that. I can't say that anymore.
But yeah, God bless Tyson Hesse. He is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life.
Have you met him?
I was on a panel with him once in London.
What? Is there video of this?
Yeah, somewhere out there on a Summer of Sonic convention. They were doing like community. There was a panel about people in the community. And they had a different, at the time, obviously this wouldn't fly now, but at the time, people who were reasonably well known in the Sonic community. And I was sat next to him, and it was the weirdest thing because he was signing, at the time, he just released a comic book with Sega.
Was it like you said with Sega? Is it Sonic or just like his own thing?
No, it was a Sonic one. It was one they released around the time, and it was, I think it was I can't remember what it was called, Overdrive, Mega Drive anyway. But he had just released it.
It was the fucking, I actually have that. It's the first book of the first 5 issues of the IDW, and he did the cover.
But he was signing stuff anyway, and I was there as a VIP guest, and then I got first dibs to get things signed. And I said to him, like, thanks for signing this. This is really weird. In a month's time, I'm going to be sat next to you on a panel. He was just like, okay, dude, I don't care. And then the next time I saw him, I was sat next to him, and the whole time I was just like, you are just a beautiful specimen of a person. And very
Do you think he's attractive?
He's very attractive, and that doesn't happen often in the Sonic community.
There's only literally one picture of him online.
He's a wonderful human being.
Maybe that's an old picture. Look at this.
Look at that. Look at that man. Like, that's a Sonic fan. What the heck?
Objectively, like, no matter what your orientation is, he's really good looking.
Exactly. And
I feel weird now. I feel like I can't have Tyson Hesse on special.
Well, all I'm saying is, you can imagine at a Sonic convention where there's like 2,000 Sonic fans, and that, like you're in a sea of people who are annoying, and then you have him. So.
Whoa! I didn't say that.
I will stand by the fact that it's difficult because Sonic fans are Sonic fans.
Yeah, but it's like they're literally, and I can say this, people will get mad. Well, the only person that got mad was Donnie. Like, Sonic fans are autistic, and that's fine, but you have to be patient and friendly and kind. They just don't have as good as social cues, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's a fact. I don't know why we're not allowed to say Sonic fans are autistic. They literally, 85% of them are. So I hate when people use the argument, especially when I know the person is autistic, and they're like, I'm a Sonic fan and I don't have autism.
Yeah.
Destroyed liberal.
I think it's a fair comment, because at the end of the day, I think one of the traits of autism is that dedication to something. So like that focus. I
don't think it's bad. Why, autism
it's not
isn't bad.
It's absolutely not. I know
autistic kids do extremely well in school. It's for a fucking reason. It's good in a sense.
It's interesting because I think sometimes people don't like being called out for being different, despite the fact that but only in select areas. Like they'll happily say they're a furry, but don't call them autistic. Like it's interesting that where people are okay to say yes, I fit in these boxes, but not others. I don't understand it. But you put all those people in one large room, and it's so interesting to watch because it's a lot of people who, in a lot of cases, don't socially interact usually very well together. But it's also awesome at the same time because then they sort of you see everyone doing that sort of supportive environment. So I guess it's one of the few places I miss Summer of Sonic a lot. I miss it a lot.
I love cons. I literally love cons. Isn't there one in LA? I was thinking of going. Sonic Revolution. I was thinking of going.
Sonic Revolution.
I really like cons. Yeah, because I was thinking like, was that bad?
No, Sonic Revolution. I adore. Do you remember I think I sent you a video trailer for that, didn't I? That was well done. But
I think you did, and I think that's where I saw it, and I was like, oh, it sounds cool.
Sonic Revolution is a good convention. I think it started out, I could be wrong, I remember it originally being tied to like a spin-off of Summer of Sonic by fans over in the States who wanted something, and then that's sort of grown in its own. There is a story about one of the live streams they did and someone who trolled it, which was quite unfortunate.
Wait, what does that mean? Did they get swatted?
Someone who used to be in the Sonic community, who I know, went into their live stream and just started saying hateful things about all the nerds in the room on the stream.
What do you mean? Wait, you have to give me more details. This is inherently interesting. We can't skate past this. This is very interesting.
It's just someone, for some reason, I can't...
Were any of them slurs you can't repeat?
I don't think any slurs. I think someone referred to someone as retarded.
Well, don't be a fucking retard, idiot.
No, I don't stand by that. I shouldn't support that message. Yeah,
it's okay. No, retarded people are listening to this podcast. It's okay.
But the thing is, like, if you put a live stream out, and like the Sonic Show has been responsible for live streaming a lot of conventions in the UK side, and you get people like that all the time. And at the end of the day, like, if you're going to put yourself out there, people are going to make fun. Because at the end of the day, if you're not in that fandom, you're just looking at a bunch of people, some of them dressed up in weird costumes and stuff, hanging out, and it does look. On the outside, it does look weird. It does look weird.
But I think that's fine. Like, yeah, like, even, like, I've always been supportive of, like, these, like, fandoms. Like, it's weird how people, like, paint me as hateful, dude, because, like, even, like, DashCon's the time we went, BronyCon, like, I'm totally supportive of that stuff. Like, personally, it's not what I'm into. I used to be into it when I was younger, but I'm just not anymore. And I think it was the last one, too. So
conventions, to me, are great. I love conventions because it's...
like, everyone was happy. They're seeing friends that they've known online. Exactly. It's a safe environment to meet everyone. You get to see creators you like. They got to see, like, fucking can't remember what's the really attractive girl, kind of milfy. Tara Strong.
Oh, Jaden.
If you search Tara Strong, I think the first suggested search is boobs, to be fair. So I mean, everyone, yes, it is on Being It Late.
That's upsetting. But when I was like back in 2000 to 2005, like, message boards and forums were way bigger than they ever are because social media is taken over now. But back then, you'd have your message board or forum that you would, like, live in, basically, and you would have the same interests, whether it be Sonic or whatever. And I feel like conventions have become, like, the real life next step to that. Like, that is taking that forum community mentality of supporting each other, knowing each other, and loving this whatever franchise. And now it's doing it in a real environment. So conventions kick ass. It's so good.
100%. I was definitely involved in, like, online forums and stuff. And there's people there who on this forum who I'm still friends with, who I still fuck with me, who watch Sonic shit now. Yeah. Like, they now watch my shit and, like, they actually support me and like me. And there's a lot of, like, really cool people.
That's so good.
Like, that you meet. The forums, like, I don't know why. There's something about, like, the intimacy of just, like, only chatting to the small community that just makes everyone so accepting and friendly of everyone. But it could also be really bad because there's also some really fucked up. I think it's an interesting topic.
Oh no,
we live in a weird council culture, and everyone, like, is. I think sometimes people are seeking out to end people so they can be on the right side of this war inside their head that doesn't really exist. But I think the one benefit of the Sonic community is I've never truly seen a Sonic person get cancelled because
You haven't. You haven't. There's not someone who I've got in trouble for talking to that you haven't seen get canceled.
Okay, with a few exceptions, because on the whole, I don't think the community is large enough to cancel someone. Like, I don't think it's big enough to get someone like writ off the internet. There are exceptions, of course. But I think there are other fandoms.
There were a lot of opportunities
I
lost from talking to that person.
Well, we make our beds, we lie in it. But people are gonna hate, and I think.
Ooh, haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
Jamie 2020.
That I couldn't sound more out. I've aged myself dramatically.
You use like an aging software.
Yeah, just quoting things that's slightly out of date. But yeah, no, conventions are great, community's great. And those people I met, I'm still friends with. They're people I invited to my wedding. I mean, that didn't work out, but they still invited them. So there's people that I made. If anyone didn't already know why the Sonic show disappeared for so long, but yeah, and a lot of those people got me through the time afterwards.
A wedding's a lot of effort to plan out.
You know what? For us, no, because it can be, but only if you want it to be. Like, dude, you just gotta.
Can I get married like tomorrow if I wanted to? Like, I have no plans today. Could I just get married tomorrow?
Well, I know in America it's a bit easier depending where you are, but I think it's a bit harder to have
go to a court. Legally, I could get married.
Yeah, here
tomorrow,
you have to register to get married. They interview you to see how well you know the other person.
Really?
Yeah. Because when we had I'm divorced now, but when I was married, getting married, you go to the nearest registry office to have a registrar who is going to then go to the wedding and be the one who does the vows and the I do's and I pronounce you, blah, blah, blah. And then what they do is they take you into separate rooms and then basically just ask for casual conversation just to be sure that this isn't like some shotgun weird trap wedding or you're trying to
green card
or anything like that, and that this is all okay.
I just want to live in the good old U of K.
Yeah. And like I hate myself now, but I had a Sonic themed wedding, so
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, you did? What the fuck? Did you ever have a video posted publicly?
No.
Everyone's posting their wedding videos publicly. That's a new trend.
I know. I just saw PewDiePie did it a few months ago, and it's like, wow, look at the views on that. Why am I not doing that? But
not even just for views, you dirty fucking whore. I mean, also it's just sweet to have people see it.
No, I 100% like.
Donkey did it too.
It's
really
cute, but like,
sweet.
I'm sorry if you post it online, you're doing it for attention. That's just what
I think it's nice because you don't want to send it to everybody, and if your whole life, it's especially for PewDiePie, his entire relationship has been like publicly online. I think it's sweet to give the people that.
I guess.
I think it's sweet.
It's sweet.
Maybe not for you because your relationship isn't online.
Exactly. That relationship was, but the person who I married was supportive, but had no interest in video games, despite being a developer for video games. He wasn't, didn't play them at all. Yeah.
And it was Sonic themed?
So he was a super Pokemon fan and I was a Sonic fan, so we combined the two and had like a half Sonic Pikachu thing. So like all there's photos of me that you'll see because you're on my Facebook, but like there's where I'm wearing like blue themed stuff, and the tables had little trinkets of little Sonic toys and stuff.
That's really cute.
It's cute.
How much it cost total?
I want to say the whole video. I can't think outside YouTube now. The whole wedding cost let's say about, I'd say 4 to 5K.
That's like nothing.
That's nothing.
I thought you were going to say like 100,000.
Well, when this is when I see people turn around and say, "How am I gonna?" I've heard like I hear people say, "How am I gonna afford this wedding? It's 15 grand." I'm like, why? What? Why? What are you spending?
15 grand isn't too much, to be fair.
That seems like a lot. Like I know.
American culture is fucked, my friend.
That's fine. That really upsetting. I'm sure weddings do cost a lot, but mine didn't, and I'm glad because it was not worth the investment.
It's well over 100,000 for a lot. A lot are well over 100,000.
That you could put an investment into your futures. Why? That would.
If I get married, I'm putting the money into not only future but also a honeymoon. I don't care about having. I want a good wedding. I want a really good wedding, but I want a badass honeymoon. I want to go to Japan and eat the fuck out of here.
Oh, dude, Japan is so good.
So I'm putting any money, any gift money. I don't want gifts. I'm good on household items. I'm just gonna like make a GoFundMe because a lot of people do that now, and I just want to go to Japan, man. And I'll put all my savings into that, and we'll just go to Japan.
Also, future note to anyone listening who's thinking about doing a Sonic themed wedding, don't do it.
Yeah, that relationship won't last long.
Yeah, it won't last long, and
unless you met through like a Sonic Amino, that might be kind of cute.
Oh, Amino, but that is.
If you met through Sonic Amino, there's a high chance that you're not within legal ages.
At least
one of you isn't.
We did a lot of sponsorship brand stuff with them.
I know. That's what made me download it. I was thinking, so I'm not doing the video now, so I can say the idea. I was going to do, you did your Sonic Rings official like app review, and I was thinking of cutting clips from that and doing like, it's the 10-year, I think. So doing like checking in on where is it now.
Yeah.
And
I downloaded it a while ago,
and the reason
it's
I'm not doing
a mess.
I did too. It's a mess. And I found really disgusting stuff. I posted on my Patreon because I don't want to post it publicly. I literally saw a young child getting groomed by an old man. I recorded all of it, and I'm sending it to the police. It bothered me. It angered me. I can't believe what I heard. So, like, yeah, I'm not doing that video. That video is not going to happen.
Do you know that's a genuine fear of mine as I get older? Is at what point do you go from being like the quirky, nerdy guy to being that Sonic fan who's talking to young people? Like, at what point do I cross the line where I realize that the more I talk to people online, like they're not aging because they grow up and move on from Sonic, so the age group doesn't change. But I do. I'm getting older. I'm like, at what point does it stop? I think
that's why your Sonic Boomers thing is good. I don't think you should do like a special stage thing. I don't think you should be interviewing 10-year-olds. Anyone under 18, you should not interview.
I'm perfectly fine with that because I haven't got the patience.
I think that's why I think Boomers is great for you to do, like, to just check in on, because I also think that's really interesting to like see, like, maybe even like where are they now? Like, where there's so many people in the community that like I used to know and watch when I was younger, and I'm like, what are they up to?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with them? And you probably have contact with all of those people.
I feel like I do for the most part, and I'm quite interested to pick it up and just catch up with these people and put something out there, because it's interesting, people who used to watch the Sonic show don't know it's still around there, but then they go, oh, whatever happened to the Sonic show? And it's like, oh, it's still there, and I wonder what people think about those other things that used to be around.
To be fair, only 100 fucking people know the newest videos.
Watch the Reddit video. It's a really good video. It makes me really sad.
It's fine. It's okay. It's like background video. Put it on while you're doing something else. Don't just like pay attention to it. You know, fold some laundry while watching it.
I know I'm so used to, you put a lot of effort into content, and I would work weeks and weeks and put something out, and it does okay, and then you can just fart something out and it does really well. I feel like you've had a slightly different experience, but that's how I've always found it. Like,
I feel like a lot of Sonic tubers, that really angers me, because I feel like I put a ton of effort. I literally put weeks. It may not look like it, but I put weeks into videos. And then like Speed Supersonic, I love you, man, Ricardo, you're a great dude, but he uploads 2 videos in one day about a leak, and he gets so many views on each, and I'm like, it hurts. It's so easy to just sell my soul. I know I could do leak videos and be fake enthusiastic and be like, wow, this looks crazy, wow, and get a lot of views. But I'm not going to stoop that low. I refuse.
That's so fair. And
I refuse.
I feel like if you start doing that, I think I would put I don't know if I would let that keep going on, because like I think what works the Sonic show is,
I don't want to make shit content, because like, also I would hate it. Like, I hate making soloist videos. That's why I'm not uploading a lot. I have a full-time job editing videos now. I can't talk about it publicly, but I do. I'm only working on these videos 2 days a week. But every night I get home and I just spend like I work like 12 hours a day, and then I get home and I just open my laptop and start editing more. I put a lot of work into the videos, especially, God, it's becoming expensive. That Dreamcast claw robot, that's becoming a really expensive video. It better do well. That one better do well, because it has a financial investment.
That's concerning. But yeah,
it's not too much, but it's enough to the point where it's like, man, you really cannot buy a broken Dreamcast for cheap. Because I don't want to destroy one, but I want to buy a broken one so I don't end up wasting a Dreamcast.
Sensible. And I would be upset if you broke a perfectly good Dreamcast.
I think everyone would. I fucking burnt a plushie and got hate, so I want to make sure I don't do that. I burnt a plushie that I didn't pay for and got hate. I'm not destroying a Dreamcast. I will get crucified. My
boyfriend hated on me for that video, and I didn't even make it. Like,
you need a new boyfriend, dude. Legitimately, you need a new boyfriend. I'm sorry.
No, I love my boyfriend, but yeah, he was not happy. He was like
one.
Because I think the general gist was, you're Europe's biggest Sonic fan. Why would you burn a Sonic? It's like, it's just not my video.
I thought it looked beautiful. I filmed it in slow-mo and it looked cool. And I put mute and I made an entire soundtrack just for that one video. That's why I burnt it. If everyone wants to know the justification, I put way more time investment in it than I did into burning it. I made an entire fucking album just to burn that Sonic. Are you kidding me?
Which is a good piece of work, by the way. But again, people...
It's a little lazy. It's a little
no,
lazy.
I liked it. But people watched that video and kicked off. But then it means it just shows that they don't know the Sonic show, because the Sonic show has burnt a Mario before. It's stuck.
Well, they're fine with that. But
cool. We stuck
Mario.
a copy. I mean, obviously it's the bad games. But we stuck a copy of Sonic 06 in a microwave.
Which is so ironic because you say the bad games, but they're the only good ones.
No,
Mario Odyssey is like an amazing masterpiece of a game. True. I've never once heard someone, even the people who defend Forces, aren't like, wow, masterpiece, 10 out of 10. I love it. The character customization made me feel like I was Sonic.
Who are those people that are defending Forces? Like, I know they're out there, but it just baffles me. Yeah, it just baffles me. Like, it's not a bad game. It's just a completely mediocre meh. Like, it doesn't resonate a bad or a good reaction out of me. It leaves me empty.
It resonates a very bad reaction out of me.
Really? I played them like
if
this.
you stop playing and you notice, like if you stop running, the enemies don't move towards you. They stand completely still.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the literally laziest shit. Like, you could not have made them move, and even a random path would be better. Like, generally they move towards you if you play Heroes or any other Sonic game. They move towards you, which is the way it should be. But if you want to move them in random, that's still better than having them stand still.
Yeah.
Lazy shit. The game sucks. And the character creation does it like, let's say you try to make a Sonic. It looks like a cursed evil demon. It does not look like Sonic. They don't look good.
I don't know about, should I say this? I'll say it. When the fan character thing, I found out about it before it was announced through a source. And apparently, unlike most people, now if a source really reveals information, you make a 12-minute video about it. But I kept it to myself. And
no, you don't even have to have a source. You just have to have like some dude tweeting you a fake screenshot, and then you make a 15-minute video being like, "Oh my god, new Sonic game 2020 on the Google Stadia, Sonic Rings." What a great name!
Me and another member of the Sonic show at the time had heard this information, and the whole time I was like, "Please do not let this be true," because if they announced that the third, because this was when they was like, who's the third character in this game going to be? And a lot of people thought it was going to be Boom Sonic or Adventure Sonic, which was never going to happen.
Thank God.
But I was like, please.
I mean, Adventure Sonic's basically modern Sonic. Like, that's it's such a slight difference. They just make him ugly and make his like eyebrows move weird. Like, what would they do?
It doesn't make sense to me. But I remember hearing this fan character announcement being leaked, and I was like, and this person said, no, Sega America said they're doing QA in a minute, and it's like, it's going to happen. And I was like, if this is true, the whole online like media are going to rip the piss out of it, because there's already this horrible reputation about fan characters in this community.
Well, I don't even think that. I love the idea to make your own character. I think it's a great idea, but they did it. It's so poorly executed. It looks bad. You can't create like an actual hedgehog. Like, no matter what Sonic, if you, let's say you try to recreate Sonic the Hedgehog in it, he looks like Donkey did in his video. He looks deformed. He looks terrible. If only they made him look like Sonic, modern Sonic, in that style, it would have been way cooler.
It's not just the design implementation. It's like his implementation in the narrative and everything. It's so tacked on and like.
Well, to be fair, Sonic Forces barely had a narrative. Like, they had a narrative that they changed in DLC because they realized they made a mistake. Like, to be fair, I wouldn't give them credit for having like a well-constructed narrative. They had a good premise. I was like, oh wow, the big guy's bringing back all the old villains that somehow Infinite even knows who Chaos is. I don't even know how. And of all the people, you're telling me there's been no other villains in this entire universe from the beginning of time other than like the 3 Sonics defeated?
Yeah.
Wow, what a coincidence.
It was, I feel like decisions like that whole game was just really a desperate attempt to claw some nostalgia without trying too hard. Like,
definitely.
I feel like the main purpose of having those villains back in the game was just for the purpose of announcing them in a trailer. Like, I don't feel like there was any reasoning beyond that to have that be, oh my gosh, they're back in the game, when it was revealed in the trailer.
To be fair to Sega,
you don't even fight Chaos
now. You don't fight Chaos.
No, he's just in a cutscene. He just dies in a cutscene.
Really? That's awful.
It feels like they just didn't get around to doing it. It's really
You're
bad.
making me hate this game more than I already did, which is fitting because I believe the first special stage, the only time I've ever talked about Forces, because it was recorded in 2017. Oh my God, did that podcast come out sometime in late 2017? No.
You got to remember,
maybe?
you recorded it, and then I, in the proactive man I am, did not get back to you for a
6
year.
months.
Longer than that.
So maybe it was...
I think it was a good year before I did anything with it.
Yeah. It was kind of like, everyone was like, why is this fucking idiot talking about Forces and Mania, bro? That came out forever ago.
Like, you were busy, you were like, you sent me this content, like, hi, I love your, well, I don't think you said, but hi, you do reasonable stuff, here's my spin on it.
I was like being realistic. I was like, I know you guys don't really upload for whatever reason. You're not kind of like you guys don't make videos, haven't made some in 8 months. Maybe like every 2 weeks I would do one of these, and then you guys would do a video every 2 weeks, because I think you guys mentioned in the last one, you were like, we're going to do them every 2 weeks. And you never did.
Yeah.
But you said 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, maybe there'll be one a week, and so it's still weekly, and I'll just do every other week. And then I did special stage, and then there was a single opinion zone after that, and then nothing until 2020.
I'm always curious
and then there might be one 2021, or though, right? Maybe.
I'm always curious.
There's got to be one after the movie comes out.
There will be. There will be. I'm hoping there's a video as well, because we're planning on videoing the experience of being a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, because you're going to the premiere and stuff.
Yeah, well, I wasn't invited to the London gala premiere, which,
You weren't invited?
No, because I'm irrelevant to the world now.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it's like fair. Though, to be fair, no, I don't think any community people were invited other than the obvious ones.
I was going to be like, I know a lot that were.
There are a few people there, but it's the same as like the when they did I wouldn't call it a premiere, but the family day they had in America over in the States for the Sonic movie.
Family day?
Did you not see that?
What the fuck is that?
The
fuck is Family Day?
They did a thing which they referred to as a family day, which was basically the premiere of the film that they were doing over in the States, but it was during the day, and it was basically lots of fun, like funfair Sonic themed games.
Yeah.
And they had all the family influencers go to it, like all the ones with the kids and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Family Day in my inbox. I knew what's her name? What's the actor's name who looks like he's had like 8,000 Botox surgeries done? What's his name?
I don't know who you're talking about, but I can't think his name.
He's the cop in the Sonic movie. He's the main character. I think his character's name's Tom, I believe.
James Marsden, that's it.
He looks like he's melting. He just looks fake. I don't know. He's probably a good dude, but he looks fake.
Have you seen the images of him and the other film he was in called Hot?
Yes. I think I admit that.
The side-by-sides.
It's just going to be hot, too. It's going to be hot, too. It might be funnier, though.
I didn't realize he had such a varied career of talking to CGI characters while driving. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I feel like were they watching that film? Like, he'll be in our Sonic film. Because we can't.
Yeah, they didn't even have anyone. They didn't have a cinematographer. They just took every shot as an angle from some other film.
Yeah.
Like the one of Eggman spinning around is just from Matrix, and it's just all just different shots from different movies.
Yeah.
That Jeff Fowler was like, that's a good scene.
Yeah, we'll use that.
Let's just do that.
We can't get Chris Pratt, so we're going to do this instead of James Marsden.
That's a real shame too, because that would. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they should have had Jim Carrey for both roles. I feel like that would have been funnier.
It's okay. What I'm most interested about with this film coming out is what is next in terms of not just Sonic, but the community as well. Because there's always usually a big release, and I feel like nothing since Generations has really been such a focus for the online community. Like, I remember when Generations came out, every YouTuber was talking about leaks, news, reactions, commentary, re-theming their whole website to look like the Generations art. Like, and now that's happening with Sonic movie. But once that
happens all the time. It happened with Mania, and it even happened with Forces. Everyone did like the dark, gritty, like Forces aesthetic.
I don't know if it's to the same extent, but
mostly Mania. I think mostly Mania.
But I think more Mania than Forces. But I feel
definitely only one of them was liked. To be fair.
True. But post film, like I think it's I don't know what are we gonna do.
I have a game theory. Can I get Matt Pat on special stage? I have a game theory. They're gonna make a movie-based game. I'm certain of it. I'm so certain. Or at least this Sonic will be in a game. Blue arms with these like pointy shoes will be in a game.
I don't know. I feel like, but there's this film, and I'm quite excited to see it. even though people keep trying to spoil it on the internet, which I wish they...
I know, I got mad at that, and someone was like, what spoilers could there be? And I'm like, I don't know, I just saw a clip where Sonic fucking killed somebody, okay? There could be a lot of spoilers. And now I know there's going to be, from the behind the scenes video, I now know there's going to be a square dancing scene.
Yeah.
Because you can see James Marsden looking at nothing, talking to CGI Sonic, but there's not even like a statue there. He's just like square dancing with nothing.
They're like, we're not going to CGI out a green ball. Just talk to nothing. It's fine. Yeah. What is the community
probably like
gonna...
zipping around the place too?
I know. I feel like Sega missed out on a trick not doing a bigger Sonic release right off the back of this movie. Because I think like even if they announce something to come out this Christmas,
I think they might. Did you not hear that it's the 2020? They're going to announce a new Sonic project on the 20th of every month.
Well,
One of those has got to be a game.
That's
right.
It's not a new project. They're just announcing something every month. So that could
one
be...
of those has got to be a game. They're building hype for something. There's got to be one of these months a game. I'm certain.
I hope so, because if it becomes like, oh, this month we're announcing a new range of stationery that's going to be in select retailers, like, okay, it's fine.
We have a Sonic cup.
Have you ever watched the official Sonic live streams on their YouTube channel? Have you ever sat through one of those?
Yes. Yeah.
It's
I
interesting.
put them on the background while I edit. It's just them like playing games and talking to the chat and like showing off new products. I think they're interesting. I like them. I wouldn't like them if anyone else did them. Sometimes they'll do like charities and do like little art things and show off stuff. I like them. They're cute. Yeah. They're fun.
Here's a question for you, man. When I said 8 years ago, like the Sonic online community was really big, and the Sonic community, like fan sites, were the source of all Sonic news. And Sega picked up on this and got the community managers to use these fan sites and YouTubes and podcasts to promote their stuff. Do you feel like now that Sega and especially specifically Sonic have basically taken on that role themselves and are doing their own content and their own social media and their own stuff, do you feel like the Sonic brand feel a need for community stuff anymore? Do you feel like they need us?
It's too unreliable. No, not at all. They don't. I don't think they want us. I think it's too unreliable. I think like the internal community they want to take the family friendly people and hire them, and that's what they want. They don't want to like, I don't know. What's an example? Who's someone who's edgy? Is Sam's? God, I don't watch many Sonic YouTubers. Fuck. Okay, let's use another example. I think they are worried that someone like us will like fuck up, honestly, like say the N-word or something, and like and like get them in trouble. And I don't think they trust like even the family friendly ones. After you see like even the safest of YouTubers getting canceled for messing up, Logan Paul shows dead by. I think influencer bubble is popping, and I think brands are like, okay, we can make our own. We understand how social media works now. We can have our own people on the inside do it. And I don't think Sega wants anything to do with us.
Because they are their own influencer.
I'm not worried about making edgy content. It's not like, I'm not trying to fucking impress Sega. They want nothing to do with us, probably. Like, I have no one to impress. Kids aren't watching. I'm not Speed Supersonic. I like, we can see the demographics. And all my friends have shown me their demographics. Our demographics are much older. Yeah. They're primarily, like, young kids. Well, ours is primarily, like, older than you. Like, 35 to something, isn't it? Like, it's primarily older people.
And I like that because our fan base, I think, are the people who, for the most part, were playing Sonic games when they originally came out. So,
or a lot of people, like my age. I think a lot of the people I've seen are like 21, 22, and maybe not all of Sonic Show. Like, Nicole's 22. She's young still. She can make content, right?
Yeah, when she wants to.
Am I going to have to cut all this out?
Yeah, this is another thing. There's so much drama in the online community, and I'm so pleased.
There shouldn't be. Why can't we all talk like friends, like Joe Rogan? Why can't we all be friends? I want to talk to both sides.
I'm glad I'm not a part of that drama or I'm just outside of it. I'm glad that I'm outside enough of that Sonic bubble now that I don't get involved in it. Because even when I was in the community, I was like, I've got a day job. I've got things to do. I've got life to sort out. I haven't got time to worry about you somewhere across the ocean who's tweeting shit at me. Like, if you're upset at me, that's fine. You're allowed to be. That's totally okay. You're allowed to have emotions, but don't expect me to meet you at that level of intensity. Like, I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. So when I see these people having this beef all the time, I'm like, why have you got time for this? I don't understand. Like,
Well, I don't have any internet drama. I just want to be friends with everyone. Like, that's why I think that was my biggest L with Gamer Guide, was he was like, oh, he had Dylan on, and then I showed the DMs, and I was, because he was showing DMs in his video, and I was like, motherfucker, I invited Gamer Guide on 3 separate times, and he turned me on every time, and now he's mad because I had Dylan on? Are you kidding me? I invited you on, you fat fuck.
Yeah. But like, you effectively are getting into drama just by speaking to someone. That makes no sense.
But like, that's not real drama. That's not real drama though. Like, I'm not getting canceled. I didn't say the N-word. I'm like, it's not real drama. A couple people might be upset, and then they'll listen to it and realize it was a normal conversation, and then they'll move on with their day, or they'll tweet,
oh, how could you?
And then they'll move on without their day. Yeah. You know, I'm not like in trouble. I'm not in real drama.
I don't know. I just find it interesting. Like, I think everyone should just accept that people have different opinions. Like TSSC, I don't like Tristan as in terms of the content and how he behaves online, but I have no beef with him. I'm sure he's a perfectly okay dude. Like, and he gets on with his life, and he has a popular website, which is more than I can say. So it's fair. So he's doing something right that, you know, I fell off the boat with doing, but it's just
I'm upset with Tristan because I was going to make a video on him because I was just pissed. I was going to make a Sonic Snake and do the second one, which I've been sitting on forever, and then he baited me to make a video because I tweeted like, why did you never respond to the tweet where I called you out for doing something wrong, but you respond to a tweet that I didn't even at you in? Are you kidding? So I know you're watching. And then he was like, oh, that I saw, wasn't a big deal. Eventually he was like, what are you going to do, make a video on me? And I was like, fuck. He baited me. I can't. I was going to do
what he's doing. He's been doing it for a long time. Like a long time. He's one of the OGs. Like, he's been around. He's been around longer. Oh, hello.
Oh no.
What the fuck just happened? I'm being interviewed on a show on my own channel. Oh, world.
So how much money does Sonic Show make now?
You know.
The audience doesn't. So how much does it make?
Not enough.
Well, you have the book deals and shit. There's a lot. Like, ad revenue, obviously nothing. But you have to have, like, other income, right? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Sonic Show-wise? Not anymore.
Really?
Like, we used to have... I mean, we make some money from Spotify.
That's good.
And all that music streaming stuff.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the peak, would you say? Like, peak amount, like, for a month?
Ad revenue combined with merch.
Everything.
And
just
other
all
things.
Sonic Show. Book, merch, podcast.
I mean,
YouTube.
We're probably making just over $1,000 a month. Though.
Really? That's so small for a month?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you ever split it up with the other Sonic shows, guys? Or did they just get fucked? Like, did Scourge get any money? Did Scourge get a money?
Scourge did not. Scourge only made one video.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I guess he didn't. But he was on a podcast. You didn't split the podcast revenue with those guys?
The podcast makes no money. So.
Really? I make like pretty good money from streaming platforms. Like, I've definitely made sometimes over $1,000 a month. Music streaming on Spotify and stuff. Amazon especially.
Music's different.
Amazon pays.
Though we had a lot of issues, like a lot of the money we made from certain projects we had to give to charity because Sega were looking at us saying like, that's our IP that you're abusing. It's like, okay.
Well, you can talk about Sonic in a parody.
Yeah, I think there's a mixture of stuff. A lot more of the visual stuff than the audio stuff.
Did you take any visuals?
All of our stuff is 100% ours, but there was always a bit. I had a really good conversation once with the community manager at the time about what they turn a blind eye to and what they don't. So I learned a lot from that.
What do they not turn a blind eye to? Am I safe? Is the Sonic Obama backpack, Harry Potter backpack okay?
Stuff that looks too similar to official artwork is generally seems to be a no. Also, things that potentially are damaging to the brand. So if you did Sonic, you know,
hitting a blunt,
hitting a blunt probably would not go down well.
I've been working.
So I would actually
a Sonic smoking a blunt that was drawn.
I don't think I remember. But you're lucky because I don't think Sega would notice if we did anything these days. So
I don't know. The merch is selling decent. The merch sells decent.
I
just don't know where the fucking money is going.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, we used the Sonic Show used to be under one of those channel network things, and they fucked us over. It's like I always get nervous when it's like we're doing a revenue share and we'll just file it in this report that you can't find and we won't tell you how much you've made.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Always makes me nervous, makes me uncomfortable. Dude, I'm 32. I've found someone who I actually get along with, and I have fandoms other than Sonic.
Yeah, no, you're a big Disney fucking dude.
Yeah. Actually, what I love about the Sonic Show is I'm so glad that I didn't make a brand or a name that is like, I didn't make it Egge Mann. Not that was my name at the time when I started it, but I'm glad I didn't do that because it means that other people can like evolve it.
To be fair, my name is Jaden, so I still feel like it still would have been okay. I mean, it's still. Someone called me out. I was wearing my runny eggs, the drippy Eggman shirt yesterday. And someone called me out. I didn't know if they knew what I did, and they called me out for wearing my own merch, and I felt like an idiot.
I used to have a lot of Sonic Show t-shirts, and they've all sort of just disappeared into the.
Honestly, most of the merch I just made so I could wear it. Like, I really like the raccoon. I only bought 2. I will buy the trippy design ones, though, because I like those ones the most. I bought the runny eggs and the sad raccoon, because I really like the raccoon one.
It always interests me that people buy that stuff.
It does.
I find that so.
I think it's because I made it look like skater merch, so I think I made it, visually appealing.
Because I guess I do it for other fandoms, but not for Sonic fandom. Like, I can't imagine me walking around with a Sonic Central t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I
feel like this is like the most bad thing you said so far.
But no, I just don't I wear Sonic t-shirts and stuff. There's a very few exceptions. There are a few very like Sonic the Comic Online.
I'm wearing them if they look cool.
T-shirt.
I don't care. Like if they look cool, like I wear Mega 64 merch. I wouldn't wear most people's merch, but Mega 64 makes really cool looking merch.
Yeah. You gotta do something good. Like you can't just put your logo on a t-shirt. That's just fucking garbage.
Says that's fucking garbage. Literally does just that.
I didn't say I'd wear it. I'm saying it's just different, right? But it's so like the fact that people buy stuff is so weird. I remember when we were at one of the conventions and someone came up with the book that we sold and asked us to sign it. That's still to me like you just think like one, you said yes, I'll spend money on this garbage that I made, and 2, you want me, someone at the time works in a grocery store, to sign it.
3, you also read the book. Like, yeah.
I know. No, I don't think so, because I think if they'd read it, they would have just burnt it and be like, I'm done.
No. You should put, if you do another book, just put, secret messages throughout the pages. Put, all the chemicals with, one chemical at the end of each page, and slowly make instructions on, how to cook meth with a little segment on the bottom right of each page. Would that be a really good idea? I don't know. I feel like I have good ideas, but they're always going to cause trouble, so I should not even bother trying them. Every idea I have will get me in trouble, except for the one I'm doing today, which we'll watch after we're recording, because I realized it's pointless to play a fucking Chef Boyardee commercial on a podcast.
Oh, shit.
Unless Chef Boyardee pays me, then maybe. I wanted to do it with those Sonic fucking cans, the Sonic meatballs, but I've searched everywhere, and I've offered to pay $50 for a can, which is a pretty penny. And I just know
the only thing I'm tempted right now is I bought a Sonic energy drink 5 years ago, and what I'm now debating, I'm wondering, does energy drinks must keep because they're just chemicals?
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure they do. You should go for it. Just make a video of you downing it. Put it at the end of a video for really quickly.
I once made one of the Sonic Show team eat dog food in a video. So
I didn't see that one.
Yes,
I guess we could talk about it since we're on podcast. Wait, tell me about dog food. Why would you do that? Are you a masochist? You get off to sing them in pain? Why'd you do that?
So for our 7th anniversary, we did 7 challenges, one for each Chaos Emerald, because why not? And one of them was this, your favorite thing. We did a game show. And
I don't mind game shows. I just don't like I would even mind if Diffie Donnie was an actual fair question, whoever answers first.
Yeah.
But I don't like the joke of it just being the stupid fucking every time it being oh, he's got the hard ones.
It It was a bit. It wasn't a game show. It wasn't like a true quiz of any kind. No, but we did this thing, and this was a genuine quiz. There was no like
because I'm thinking of doing a game show, and I don't want people to be like hypocrite when I do make one.
And we had Tanner and Tom, T versus T, and they all had a selection of unlabeled cans in front of them with numbers on the bottom of them. And then if they got their question wrong, I would put a number out the hat, and they had to eat what was in the mysterious can.
The whole
and
can?
one of them was dog. Not the whole can. Okay. Which has to take a spoonful out of it.
I would make them eat the whole can. I'm pretty extreme.
And there was a few like gross things like weird fish and like, but most of it was fruit or custard and things like that. But one of them was dog food, and fair play to him. He went for it.
I mean, I would.
And it was disgusting.
You can't, especially if you're on video. Don't be a bitch.
And it's like a video of him eating it and then gagging and heaving and being sick. And I'm like, I don't know why we don't get monetized more often.
Did he swallow it?
I think he spat it straight out.
Bitch.
No, he might swallow. No, I think he spat it out.
You gotta swallow it and go,
But I imagine, like, you say you don't watch many Sonic tubers, and I think that includes the Sonic shows.
I mean, I listened to the podcast. Does that count? I didn't even.
How did you find the podcast, or did you find
Sammy?
What did you find first? Sammy, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, he did a podcast. And then I listened, and then I was like, oh, wow, they actually have good chemistry. This is actually decently charming. Wow, this podcast is so good, except for that terrible end segment. Oh, well, I'll keep listening to these. And then I liked them.
We evolved the end segment to another one, which I much preferred, which was.
I remember you guys just cutting it. I don't remember you guys doing anything else. I thought you guys just fucking were like.
We replaced it with another segment where David had. There was three of us, and all of us had a bit of trivia about ourselves, and one of us was telling the truth, and he had to.
I did hear that.
I did enjoy it.
It wasn't very memorable.
I enjoyed it because it was interesting to see people how well they could convincingly just bullshit about something they were given 2 seconds. They'd be given the thing then and there, like, you had to lie about this happened in your life. And then the ones that were true were usually quite upsetting, that these were real things that happened to me.
That just gave me an idea. I might cut this out.
I regret a lot of stuff about that Sammy interview. I feel like I was way too lenient on the guy in general. I think
I agree. There's some things I want to know. Like he mentioned, because he was just kind of shy. Because I felt like he felt uncomfortable. But like at one point you were like, oh, how do your parents react? And he was like, oh, and then you guys moved on. I am so curious. Like, imagine your child saying that, like seeing your child like walk in and be like, oh, let me open up the good old Facebook.com. Oh, Dorothy sent me a message. What is, oh my God. Oh, he throws a chair and screams. Like, imagine seeing that of your child.
Did you see recently he was doing a presentation in class or something and
in a college?
Referencing himself? I was like, fair play, man. Fair play. Like, I think the reason I was so almost like too reserved with him was because he never spoke to anyone ever. And the fact that he agreed to speak to us.
I know, that's why I found it so interesting. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, why have you agreed to do this? And I found him, and I was like speaking to him through Skype beforehand, like building him up to agree to do this. And it was such a process to get him to be comfortable enough to go on that I felt like I can't do anything to like to push him over the edge, because he would just like stop doing it and just say we're not doing
That's
this.
True.
Cancel.
I would push though, just because I think that would be funnier.
But
if like he left mid-interview and then posted, be like he walked out. Like, I think that'd be funny.
True. But I think if someone could find him now, like I think he's old enough now where I think you could actually get a really good interview out of him. I think there's been enough time. Yeah, you say yeah.
I'll cut this out. Do you have contact with Sammy still?
But yeah, that's how you found us. That's interesting.
I feel like the only thing, I'm cutting all this out because I don't like talking positively about myself. But I feel like I'm able to make people feel comfortable. Like, I've never spoken to Cisco before that recording, but it comes off like we're friends, Like we've talked before. Yeah. We've never spoken. We've DM'd a couple times on Twitter, but we've never spoken. Like, so I feel like I'm good at getting comfortable with people quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You are good at making that comfortable and making yourself familiar with people very instantly. And I feel like that's why you're doing content on the channel as it is, because you have to understand, you're not the first person to have submitted stuff and be like, how can I put some stuff in?
Obviously.
Yeah, the amount of stuff I get in, and like the last person to get through was Scourge. Like, but it's just so many people, and it's to be fair, shit content they submit, awful stuff, like they do good stuff, but then just their approach of like being like, hey, it's just so awkward and cringy. Like, I'm just don't know.
Yeah.
So Fair play to you, man.
And then I feel like I want to end this. I feel like it's long, but I also feel like we haven't covered fucking anything that I wanted to cover.
What did you want to cover?
Did Sonic make you gay?
You know what?
I don't know. I don't really have much to say.
I don't think he did. However, to be fair, we talk about forums and stuff. I feel like that was on the Sonic community was probably one of the first places I felt safe to be out before anywhere else. And I always found that interesting. Like a bunch of nerds in a forum like that, I was more able to be. It taught me how to be comfortable to the people in the real world around me. So I owe a lot to the Sonic community for me being the proud queer that I am now.
Definitely. I think they just like, I don't know. I want to bring that nature that like in 2008 to 2010 or 2015, there's just this nature of forums, or I guess it was early 2000s too. But they kind of died down a little in this area. So the communities in them were not big. They were really small and everyone knew each other and they were friends and it was comfortable and everyone just being around them. You can't block them. It's not like tweeting at someone. Everyone has equal access in normality to post in a forum. So it makes it like this public like speech place where anyone can post anything. I think forums need to come back. Forums are awesome. Bring them back.
Or just cancel TikTok. I mean, that's the two options, I think.
I don't think people are having like intellectual discussions on TikTok. That's like, but is she really underage?
So cringe. But yeah.
Everything I say is cringe, Jamie.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why I don't make videos anymore, because I just look around the internet and just cringe and I'm like, I just... too old for it.
That's what you should do. You should just like because everyone's like, wow, such a nice guy. I'm so negative. You should make these most like cynical asshole videos, like talking about like commentary, like, ew, look at this fucking cringe.
Like people have this really false image of me, like because if you go through the history of the podcast, I am usually the one who hates on everything and everyone. And I feel like now they're like, what's this new guy coming in and hating on everything? I'm like, I
think you have the same thing I have, where you're open to discussion though. Like you don't like you hate, but you listen and you don't just rant. You're just like, I want to hear what they think.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think either of us. Well, you might disagree. I don't feel like I hate anything. I think some things could be better, and I'm not into things, but. I think the strongest feeling I have towards some things is indifference. Like, I'm just like, that's not great. I'm not going to bother with that. But some people...
Well, you told me you were planning on getting an illegal shipment of a gun to go try to attempt to assassinate Boris Johnson. But other than that, I don't think you hate much.
No, but I think I'm doing something for the national interest, so it's fine.
Oh, well, yeah. Then it's for the public good. I mean, it's almost like superhero.
And then I'm going to take myself out because I'm fed up with people asking where my blue hair's gone.
I'm glad my hair was blue for like 3 days. That's why someone in the comment on my first video, because I took the thumbnail when I was uploading the picture, because I was like, oh shit, gotta make a thumbnail. And I had blue hair and everyone was like, clickbait. And I was like, guys, my hair is really blue. I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional. I dyed it silver. It fucked up. Right now it's a seafoam green and I actually like it. I'm going to keep it like this. But like, it didn't clickbait, guys. I actually have blue hair. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
Well, I'm supposedly bringing it back for the Sonic movie, so we're going to see how that works out.
Are you going to permanently dye it?
The only way for it to look good with my dark hair is to bleach and then color. So
yeah, so you're going to do it?
I think I'm going to do it. I think as a callback to like when I cared about the Sonic fandom. I think
you should do a different color. Like you did blue. Have you ever done maroon? I feel like that would suit you well.
I have,
because you're gingery. I feel like maroon would suit you well.
I've tried with other colors, but then I guess back then people were like, "Oh no, it's not blue. You're the Sonic dude." Like even everyone who knows me is like, "That's
dude, Sonic's not fucking maroon. Are you kidding me?"
No. Which fan character are you today? We'll see. We will see. So 2020. You know, every year, every month, I'll announce my new hair color. It will be
every month you'll change it to a new color. Yeah. That would be awesome if you went through I guess the rainbow only has like 6 colors, but if you went through the rainbow and did a new, like your hair would be so dead.
That's fine. Pride's in June. That's 6. June's in 6. 6 months into the year. That's perfectly timed for Pride.
Yeah, you should do that. Do it until June. Rainbow till Pride.
Mate, I fucked it up. It's February. I missed a month.
Are there 6 or 5? Maybe you'll be okay.
And Sonic Show.
That would be interesting, especially since they changed the color spectrum. It wouldn't be that hard to dye, because going from red to orange to yellow is really easy.
That's true.
So then it would have time to heal. It's a good idea, because then in June you could just go all rainbow.
All rainbow.
Bro. All rainbow all the time.
Sometimes that would be fun, but sometimes I think like I'm too over 30 to be doing that.
Yeah, I would agree. Like if I saw some guy like walking around over 30 doing that, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
Like back when I originally had my blue hair, it was like, this is fun, isn't Jay fun? Whereas now I'm like, I've got to like clear it with work, and it's like, fuck. It's like, I
feel that with Converse even. Like when I see an adult wearing Converse, like I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Take those off. Give me your shoes. Stop wearing those. You're too old.
So yeah,
like Vans are okay for any age, but Converse, it's just too far. You can't wear Converse. Do you own Converse, Jamie?
I do not.
Throw them away if you do.
I do not. Good. You're okay.
Good.
But
good.
I think I will.
Once you hit 30, you got chucked.
Exactly. I think I'll enjoy my age. I'll enjoy that there's people younger blood, as it were, making decent content on the Sonic Show, and I will just sit in the corner, rocking back and forth, just reminding myself that once I was Europe's biggest Sonic fan, according to.
That's a good question. That used to be me, remember?
Yeah.
So that led to me to an actually good question. Are you going to keep making video? I know you're making that one video where you said that you gave a vague mention of rambling about your relevancy, which I'm interested to see what that is.
So I'm definitely going to do more podcasts before videos, because I just the opinion zone.
Well, I love the idea of your Sonic Boomers. I think it's great. I think it's such a good idea, and no one does that too. It's so original. I think that's.
I feel like that's I think it's the content, and also it's interesting because I feel like I've come full circle, because the Sonic Show was originally, it was a video show, but it was through iTunes. You download it to your video iPod. Oh my gosh. And
I saw that on the old video.
Yeah, so
to do that, and I was like, what the fuck?
So I feel like that's more going full circle. I will still do video content. I still play with ideas. Like yesterday, I just randomly had an idea. Like I bought this Sonic product. Like I want to unbox it, and then.
What is it? Can you say? I'll cut it out.
No, it's you know those controller holders that like they hold your PlayStation. Your
Did you buy the Tails controller holder?
I didn't, but they released a Sonic Deluxe one that comes with all this other junk. So I was just going through that, and then the video evolves into like, you know, what are the different things this controller can hold, and then it just spirals into me just having this breakdown about
holds my flashlight, holds my gun, holds my antidepressants.
Well, then it was like, can it? And then it becomes like, can it hold my? Turns out no, it can't, because they're way too big, and then it just turns into this whole thing of me having this breakdown about like I'm 32.
I'm gonna cut that out because that's a spoiler. I feel like that would be really funny to see.
But yeah, it's just me like going like, I'm 32, divorced, and I'm making an unboxing video in my house on my own. Like what's happening? And it's literally just, and then it just ends like, and then it just cuts, and it's like that's the end of the video. Like just me staring blankly.
You should have it like imply you kill yourself. Be like just ADR, like audio of you being like, I don't think I can do this anymore, and then put like a sound effect of like a gun loading, and then just have it cut.
Because currently it just ends with like it's just a long like inner monologue like dubbed over, and then it's just me just blankly staring at the camera, and then just stops. Just like.
Are you behind the camera or in front of it?
I'm in front of it. I'm on camera, so it's
so you couldn't ADR
because it was fun just me going around being like, what can I shove in this thing's arms and stuff.
Yeah, I guess you couldn't do that then, since you're in front of the camera. It's very clear you're not holding the gun.
Yeah. But that's the content I used to like making. It was like, because everyone does a video review, everyone does this, and I was like, how can I make it a little bit fucked? So
I agree. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I think that's why you like defend my content when people shit on me, because you're like, I've seen your old videos and I like them. I like the content you used to make. I'm all for you. Like everyone's like, Jamie needs to make videos, and I'm like, go for it. I love his videos. Yeah, I don't want. I'll be honest. I ignore every request for people to. I think I replied to once with snarky content.
But the Sonic Show went through that. We went through a phase of just churning out the same stuff because
I'm aware. Yeah, I've seen the Let's Plays. I'm aware.
But it worked. It made money, and the problem was though that it wasn't good. And I was like, actually, let's not be that channel, because the channels.
It's almost depressing, like to think about.
I feel like a lot of the channels that are making major bank now, if they focus purely on Sonic and doing what they're doing now, you won't know who they are in 5 years' time.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm actually excited. Like everyone's like freaking out. They're doing the same freak out about when I started joining Sonic Show. Tails channel is actually becoming like more personal.
So good.
Personable.
I love it.
And like not cringy. And it's good. Like they're actually doing good shit. Yeah. I hope they stay this. And yet they're getting nothing but hate online.
See,
like everyone's like, oh, and I'm like, this is great. Like, I think they just hate change because this is great. Like, keep it up.
See,
I'll actually like Tails channel if this happens.
That's the thing, like Tails channel when it was owned by Matt did a very similar thing. When I don't know if he goes by his real name or his old online name, Evan or Modiculous. I don't know what name he goes by, but
I don't know any of the people.
The guy who currently does Tails channel, who took over from Matt. The news stuff, it's too professional, and it's like Sonic content. What are you doing? This isn't. What are you doing? I don't find it interesting. But the guy who's doing it, when he does more personal stuff, it's great because he is an entertaining guy. He's a funny guy. He is so clever.
It sounds like he's having fun. You can tell, like as an audience member, you can tell when the creator's having fun.
He used to do a live stream before Tails channel on his own channel. He'd do a live stream. It was once a week, and he would have a guest on each week, and it was themed around a different character each week, and people in the audience would basically vote it to decide what outfit it was going to wear, what style of pose it was, and everything. And then he would just have a casual chat like we are now with this guest, interviewing them while doing the art that the audience had voted to like put together. And it was such good content.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's so good. He was so good.
Motherfucker, I recorded myself drawing with a DSLR over frame and just like doodling because I don't like gameplay footage in the background of podcasts just for this podcast. Son of a bitch. I've been doing this for hours.
But what he was doing was a bit different, so I think you'll be okay. But it wasn't a podcast, it was a live stream, as it were, and there's so many live art streams, but that guy has such personality. And when he went to Tails channel and just started reading news articles, I was like, what happened? Like, this isn't the guy that I think is amazingly talented. And now I started to see that come back in the channel and the content they're doing. So it pisses me off that people are giving them shit. Like,
it does for me too.
Like, if you just...
You know what really pisses me off? What? All right, go finish your thought.
I just say...
I'm going to transition.
I just want to announce to people out there who love these sort of news article videos, like, if that's the content you want, just open TSSE or the Sonic Stadium and switch on text to speech, and it's the exact same thing. Just get a computerized voice to read out the news article. You've got yourself content. Like,
I'll give alternate advice. If you're one of these people, close YouTube, open up Twitter, and stay there.
Just stay there.
Read the news there. Do not leave. Just stay there. Don't come back. You're not going to... The years of the era, I think it's coming to a close of news being... like a tweet being stretched out to past 10 minutes. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's over. And I think if you really are like, God, I hate this new content, just go on Twitter. You can read 140 characters a lot quicker than you can watch a 10-minute video.
Exactly. Yeah, you're so true.
And I want to transition. You know what I feel like this podcast is missing?
What?
Food. I'm really hungry. I think I'm going to end this. I had a nice talk. I had a couple more questions I wanted to ask, but honestly, I can't even think straight.
That's fair.
Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it again. And I'll have like a bulleted list. But this is kind of like a casual talk. I think this was good. I think it was fun.
Nice.
I'm going to start doing a thing at the end of every podcast where let's rate it. What do you think it was out of 10 for season 2? What do you think? I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was going to say...
A little unorganized.
I was going to say between a 7 and an 8. It's like 7. I'm going to give it a 7. I feel like...
A little unorganized. Could have been better.
Yeah. But, nice to remind people that I haven't died.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main goal.
And also, I think this will be probably one of the few times people hear us both in the same thing. Because I sometimes...
It's the only time.
I feel like people...
It's the only time.
It's never happening again. I feel like people have it in their heads that, like...
Well, it's the only time it's happened now, and I've been making content for over a year. We recorded one once, but it just didn't turn out well, and the audio got fucked, and it never released. So, like, we've literally never spoken on any media, despite being the only 2 creators on this channel. We have never talked publicly, ever. So, I don't know why. So, like, you think it would happen after years, eventually, but it just hasn't happened.
Yeah. But I guess if anyone in the future is like, I missed the old content, or what's this stuff, then just refer them to this and just be like, they can shut up.
Well, they'll get it because you're making videos. Yeah. So they'll get the content. And then they'll be like, well, it's so weird. I was referring to people why people were like, Jamie needs to make videos. And I was like, it was right after you dropped your animated video thing you made. And I was like, he did. Jamie was like a part of this. Like, and you fuckers didn't watch it.
I think the difference,
you idiots.
I'm more behind the scenes. So like I put stuff up and people just assume it's from a void of the Sonic show. So I'm happy with that.
I don't know who they assume's making it. It's not me. I'm not doing the graphics and shit.
Like, and if the face of the Sonic show is currently a raccoon, then let it be.
I'm glad that people like the raccoon thing. There's an old tweet. I've been wanting to do it since 2015, a really long time. I just like had a tweet ironically where I just wrote like, I want to be a raccoon now, and not like a furry. I'm not a furry, but like, I don't know. I vibed with it. Raccoons, they're great. They can hold things with their hands. Fuck you, dogs. And they can be tamed as pets, and they're cute. And they're treated like they're fucking trash digging vermins, which is racism. They're cute.
They are adorable. I wouldn't want to get close to one.
I think that's a good way to end it.
I think that's the perfect way to end it.
I'm going to get a pet raccoon.
Go for it.
I'm going to get one eventually. Once I get a house, I need to have like a fenced-in yard, and I have to check with laws because a lot of states it's illegal. You cannot have a pet raccoon in a lot of states. So
you do that.
I gotta check to make sure.
You do that. I'm going to drink myself to sleep. That's good.
All right. Okay, that's a good way to end it.